What is going on YouTube? I am Prepper Princess, the author of Living on Almost Nothing. If you are interested in purchasing my book, I will go ahead and leave a link down in the description box below. And as you all know, just by my title, I am Prepper Princess. I am a prepper. And one thing that I have noticed over the last 4 or 5 years is that people are getting more scared and things are getting a little bit more scary out there. Now, don't forget to always do your research, but there are 2 things that I would recommend to any prepper. I don't think that any prepper is worth their salt unless they have some sort of backup power and an alternative form of transportation. And I also recommend an alternative form of cooking that does not require any outside sources. So cooking with wood, all-American solar oven, stuff like that. And one of the problems that I see is that a lot of preppers seem to take the idea of prepping and somehow compare it to camping. Prepping for a blackout at home is going to be totally different than using a solar generator for camping. So if you're doing something from home and you want to power your entire house, you're going to need a huge unit. If you're just looking to have a way to continue to use your 90-watt CPAP machine, that's cool. All you have to do is take the battery capacity of any unit and divide it by how many watts your device uses, and then it'll give you a good idea of how many hours of power you're going to get from that generator. So not everybody's needs are the same. There are good things about huge generators, and I've done those, things that weigh 100 pounds, and they're portable. And there are really good things about smaller units, which are 300 to 400 watt range. And then there's the middle units, which are like this, the Yoshino, around approximately 600 watts, 650 watts. That's something that I would say is in the middle. And once you get to the higher end, you're looking at around 1500 watts or above. So the great thing about having a middle unit, like a 650 watt unit, is that it is lightweight enough and easy enough and portable enough to take for your camping trips. And you're going to have so much power left over after your camping trip that you probably won't even need to recharge it. But at the same time, it's also good enough to power emergency things. This is not going to power a refrigerator long term. You're going to need a bigger unit for that. But if you're just looking to maybe watch a movie, or if you're looking to power your modem, or you need your CPAP machine to run overnight so you don't stop breathing while you're in the middle of your sleep, this is definitely the type of unit that you're looking for. It's going to be about the right size. Just make sure that you look at the battery capacity and how many watts your CPAP machine uses, because they all use a different amount. But I think that this is a great size for emergencies only. If you're not preparing for SHTF and you're just preparing for small blackouts that might last a few days, this is definitely something to look into. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the review. First test with the Yoshino is actually 3 tests in one. Very simple, but very, very important. First thing we are doing is testing the input wattage, which is 110. With some of these units that have fast charging, what they do is they'll bump it all the way up to like 1,000 watts. And if you were to plug it into a regular outlet, it could potentially pop the circuit and cause a lot of damage to your electrical system. The second thing that we are testing is the pass-through generation. Pass-through generation means that it can charge and expand power at the same time, extend power. So it's bringing power in and it's bringing power out at the same time. That works. The third test we are doing is the temperature of the charger, because again, I have had problems with these things where the charger, for instance, in the Okmo reached well over 200 degrees. You could boil an egg on it. It was a fire hazard. So we are taking a look, and it is a simple 82 degrees, 82, 83 degrees. It is not at all a fire hazard, which is a big plus in my book. So test number 1 is a pass. The Yoshino B660 ST is a solid-state portable power station, which is one of the smartest ways to get some serious power. Delivering 660 watts and standing at only 10 inches tall, the B660 SST can power all consumer electronics and small appliances, yet it is still portable enough to take on the go. You can host a movie night in your backyard, or you can bring your entire home office with you on your next camping trip. And thanks to the solid-state power, the B660 SST is not only smaller and lighter, it's a much safer option as well. The Yoshino B660 SST has a solid-state lithium battery. It weighs 16.9 pounds and has a 660 watt output. There are multiple ways to recharge 100% in only 4 hours using the AC option. It has a long battery life of 2,500 cycles to 80% capacity, and it has an industry-leading 5-year warranty. Your new Yoshino B660 SST includes an AC to DC recharge adapter, a cigarette car charging cable so you can charge the unit from your car. It includes an XT60 input cable, DC 5521 female output cable, and a user's manual. The easy-to-read LCD display has a main power button, app connectivity button, USB power button, a USB-A output ports, USB-C input and output ports, an LED light bar, LED light button, DC power button, DC output ports, AC power button, and AC outlet ports. The XT60 input port and AC to DC adapter input port are located on the back of the unit for easy accessibility. The LCD display itself will show the input, output, app connectivity, low temperature warning, high temperature warning. It'll also include the battery failure warning, overload warning, as well as the days, hours, and minutes that you have left on your battery before it will run out of power. All right, as you can all see, it is fully charged, 99%. It was at 100 a second ago. I just turned it on. And we are testing it out on the TV. Current time, 9:08. So, let's see how long it lasts. This is a 65-inch LCD TV. Alrighty, unit is down to 4%. 3%, oh, just hit 3, okay. And it is 1:36, so it lasted a good 2 hours longer than I thought it would. So, there you go. Test number 2 complete. Now I know that this is the part that you've all been waiting for, which is the detailed specifications of the unit. Well, you've got it. The Yoshino has a 602 watt-hour, 18.6 volt battery capacity. The AC output is rated at 660 watts. It weighs 16.5 pounds or 7.5 kilograms. The battery type is a solid-state lithium-ion battery that is 16.2 amp hours, and the AC output has a maximum wattage of 900 watts. That's a peak wattage. The dimensions of the unit are 11.7 by 8 by 10 inches. It has a 5-year warranty and a cycle life of 2,500 cycles to 80% capacity. The DC input is 24 DC volts, 5 amps. The XT60 input is 100 watts maximum. And in case you were wondering, this is the solar input option. The car input is 12 volts DC at 10 amps, 120 watts maximum. The USB-C input is 5 to 20 volts DC, 3 amps at 60 watts max. As for the output, there are 3 AC outlets that are 120 volts standard AC in the United States. Those are at 60 hertz, 660 watts maximum. There are 2 USB-A output ports that are 5 volts DC at 2 points, 4 amps, or 20 watts each. There are two 12-volt DC outputs at 12.6 volts DC, 10 amps, and 126 watts maximum. The USB-C output is 5 volts DC, 3 amps, and 9 volts DC, 2.2 amps. 12 volts DC, 1.66 amps at 20 watts maximum. The USB-C output is 5 to 15 volts DC, 3 amps, 20 volts DC, 5 amps, and 100 watts maximum. The discharging temperature is going to be 14 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and the charging temperature range is 32 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The working humidity has a maximum humidity of 90%. The protection options include thermal protection, short circuit protection, overcurrent protection, over voltage protection, overcharging protection, and over discharging protection. Now, try to say that 5 times fast. Yoshino also offers units that are smaller and larger than the one that we are viewing today. They offer things from 330 watt smaller units all the way up to a 4,000 watt unit. That is huge. Everyone has individual needs when it comes to backup power. Some of us might only want it in order to charge our cell phones and maybe use our modem or laptop in case of emergencies, while others of us would like to power our entire house when the power is down. Either way, Yoshino offers something for everyone, and it simply doesn't stop at power stations. They are also now offering solar panels that you are more than welcome to check out on their website. I will go ahead and leave a link down in the description box below if you want to go ahead and check this out. Doing this for several years, I have lost count of how many generators, power supplies, and solar panels that I have personally reviewed on my channel. There is one thing that I can tell you that everyone should know, and that is that a name brand product is no better than a lesser known brand. I have had name brand products that have completely crapped out on me in the middle of a storm, and I have had no name brands or up and coming brands that have saved my butt time and time again. Although Yoshino is not a highly recognized brand, please make no mistake. This is a high quality unit that does exactly what it says it is going to do. All right, everybody. I hope that this video has been helpful for you. And as always, do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out.